Good morning. Salam alaikum. It's great to see everyone here. I turned to my wife, Lauren, and I said, Lauren, I guess I'm not getting an introduction. She said, I'll introduce you. You're a stay-at-home dad who I'm kicking out of the house. 2 weeks ago, I was clearing out last day as county executive of Newcastle County. I was clearing out my office. Well, like 11 years ago, you know, when you teach, any teachers in the room? Yeah. When you teach, let's hear it for the teachers. You know, when you teach for a while, you start to learn that you're not just teaching, you're learning, right? You're learning. And I like to think that I've learned from every student I've taught. I've learned a little something. Some more from some than from others. And I had this student 11 years ago, one of my hardest classes, a 6th grade math class. The student Gabe, who, there were days in this class, I'm glad I didn't say this during election time. There were days in that class when that class was off the hook crazy. Like you couldn't, I just would, like, you know, when you resort to just praise Jesus, I'm Jewish, right? Anything. I go anywhere to try to get these kids just to sit down and listen to a few words of what I would say, of the lesson. And Gabe was always sitting there. Gabe was always on task. Never have to ask him twice. And after I was elected county executive, on my first day I had an open house where anyone from the community could come in and talk to me. And Gabe showed up with his parents. Then he was probably 8th, 9th grade with his parents. And his parents were from Ghana, the West African country of Ghana. And they handed me a Sankofa bird in the West African Twi tradition. And for those of you that know about the Sankofa, the legend of Sankofa, it's a bird that's looking back behind you. And in the Twi tradition, they say that bird is a symbol to go back and get it. To go back to our history and find those things that are worth preserving and take them to move forward. Don't start anew. Look back. Start with understanding our history and then moving forward. So I was clearing out my office and Lauren said, you are not allowed to bring a single thing home. And so what do I do with this thing? I hid it in my car. It's in my personal car now. And it's going to make it to the governor's office. But as I was sitting here listening to the incredible diversity of prayer, extraordinary diversity from across our own community. And where's Ken Grant in the room? Give Ken Grant a big round of applause. He's worked very, very hard. And as I look across this room, people who sat through that snowstorm last night, got up early today on a cold, cold day, and chose to come out here on a day when I like to think people in Gaza and Jerusalem maybe have a little more hope today. When there are people in Washington, D.C. and Dover and across our country who are filled, many of whom with hope and others with tremendous fear. We hear all these beautiful blessings of renewal, of connecting with our spirit. I just wanted to start with Sankofa, that there are things in all of our own past, all of our own histories, where we can go back and get it and carry forth. I don't know what this afternoon, what tomorrow, what the next 4 years will bring. But I can guarantee you there will be times of extraordinary light. There will be times where for moments we will have the joy and the peace and the unity that Dr. Martin Luther King once dreamed that we would have. And I'm pretty sure also in the next 4 years, maybe even this afternoon or tomorrow or next week, there will be times of incredible darkness and divisiveness. And times when we're not sure if this dream of an America really is going to work. And my promise to you, starting tomorrow, is that working with our great Lieutenant Governor, in those times of lightness for our country, in those times when we all see the joy and beauty and leadership that is and can be America, we're going to be there, Delaware. We're going to be there, front and center. Just as Joe put us front and center, we're going to continue to lead. And in those times of darkness and divisiveness, when the most vulnerable in our community and even on this campus, Dr. Allen, when they feel threatened, when they're told their full human worth is not real, we are going to fight and we are going to lead. And we're going to be that light to protect everyone across our community. I want to close with a quote from Dr. Martin Luther King. It's my personal favorite, which is not easy, as you know, from letter from Birmingham jail. Human progress never rolls in on wheels of inevitability. It comes through the tireless efforts of men and women willing to be co-workers with God. Without this hard work, time itself becomes an ally of the forces of social stagnation. Time itself becomes an ally of the forces of social stagnation. We must use time creatively in the knowledge that the time is always right to do what is right. Let's continue to be guided by our faith as co-workers with God, united in our mission and committed to serving all of the people of this great state. Thank you, and God bless.
Make it loud.